This is Melissa Cookston with MelissaCookston.com, embedded reporter at Memphis MA, asking the difficult questions that you want to know the answer to. With me today is Tuffy Stone, one of the winningest men in barbecue, the GOAT, greatest of all time. He is one of my dear friends, also a member of thebarbecueallstars.com. So we're going to start off by asking some really tough questions. So Tuffy, what is your favorite sport?
Fishing.
Fishing's a good answer.
Yeah.
You know, I don't often get fishing as an answer, and I like that because it's different.
Yeah. Well, you know, some people say that competition barbecue is a sport, but I don't know, Melissa. It's like I don't know if it's a sport. It's not for sissies, and you know it's hard. But is it a sport? I don't know. But fishing, I love fly fishing, and I like fishing for trout. I like fishing for rockfish. My dad used to say that your worries went out with every cast, and so I like fishing.
That's a great philosophy. I saw you caught a big fish a couple weeks ago.
I did. So I went to Weldon, North Carolina, with John Smolko, and we went fly fishing, and we used some spinning tackle too. And the rockfish, they come up into the Roanoke River to spawn, and it's so pretty. And we caught some nice rockfish, and then we went. This is the part you'll get excited about. So then we went to this house right along the river, and we lit the grill, and we grilled some fish and had some spring vegetables and some microgreens, and just made a really springy type dish. It was good.
It was a beautiful fish. I saw the picture.
Oh, thank you. I'm nervous.
These are hard questions.
I know, I'm so nervous.
All right, Tuffy, what is your favorite TV show?
Favorite TV? I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't know.
That's fair.
All right.
That's fair. Okay. How many scoops of ice cream constitutes a serving?
You know those little Ben and Jerry like containers?
The little bitty ones, like this big?
They're like a
pint.
A pint. They're not big enough.
A pint is not big enough.
I know it's not big enough.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. A pint of ice cream is not a serving.
Yeah.
It's got to be more like a quart.
So my grandfather, when he was young growing up, he was a real self-made man and didn't, you know, he had to work hard. He worked really hard, and one of his goals in life that he aspired to was to be able to afford to get a gallon of ice cream a day. So is a gallon, maybe a gallon, I don't know, that's a lot. Half a gallon. Depends on what kind it is.
Well, there's 4 quarts in a gallon, so 2 quarts.
2 quarts. What's
2
your
quarts
favorite
is
kind of
serving.
ice cream?
Butter pecan.
Oh man, I like the crunch of it. You know, so this takes me back to my grandmother and my granddaddy, but during the holidays, that peppermint candy ice cream. So I made the mistake of going to the grocery store, and I was like, you and I are very similar in this respect of being nostalgic and, you know, things that are important to us. But I saw that ice cream and I thought of my grandfather, and so I ended up going back to the grocery store like 3 times and getting that stuff.
I can remember on trips with Barbecue Pitmasters, you, Myron, and I scouring small towns looking for ice cream. That's what we spent most of our off time doing, was looking for ice cream. We could have been doing much more nefarious things, but we were in search of the best ice cream.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny. It's like, so you've really become, it's so funny. You live in Mississippi and I live in Virginia, and this is just real. I feel like you're one of my best friends, and I think that relationship started when we were filming Barbecue Pitmasters. It was so funny. If they had had a camera on you and Myron and myself and some of the experiences that we had, you would have thought we were all like childhood buddies, how we all just like fell into this comfortable relationship with each other. But ice cream, I think we all have that in common.
Yes. And pizza. We loved pizza.
Yeah,
and
pizza, yeah.
We had so much fun going to eat after filming the show.
I know. It's like, you know,
fried chicken, steak.
I know. You know, but so I know that you're supposed to be asking me questions, and you've heard me say this before, but when we judged Barbecue Pitmasters, we had some good stuff, and then we had some stuff that wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But for me, one of the most amazing, actually 2 of the most amazing bites that I ever had, and there wasn't that list is short. Two of them yours, and one of them was when you won the Kingsford Invitational, and that shrimp riff you did with like an ABT, but it was shrimp. That was so good. And then actually it was the Ducks Unlimited.
Yeah, it was
right here. And you cooked and probably some barbecuers can relate sometimes to where it's like I like to cook it, but I don't want to eat it. But that pork butt that you made blew my mind, and and it's so funny when you eat something like that that's so good and it inspires you to cook better. That's what that did.
Oh, you're so nice. I appreciate those words. Okay, if you could trade places with someone, if this was Freaky Friday, who would you trade places with?
Oh my, yeah, these are tough questions.
These are the most difficult questions in barbecue.
I don't know. You know, I'd like to have been in John Willingham's head for a day. You know, he wrote a book that really inspired me so much when it came to barbecue, and obviously he was a legend in barbecue and a legend here in Memphis and May, and some of his writings really. I'd like to have spent more time. I met him a couple times, but I didn't have conversations with John Willingham. I'd like to get in his brain a little bit.
He once told me that you had to cut the hole out of the center of a burger just like a donut so that it would cook properly.
Oh wow, I got to try that.
That was a philosophy that was intriguing to me.
Yeah, he's very. I think people that think that way, they create. They're thinking. They create these real original ideas that other people follow.
I agree. What's the weirdest thing that you've ever cooked?
The weirdest thing that I've ever cooked.
Now you come from a French chef, culinary background, classically trained.
Yeah.
So I know you've cooked some weird stuff. But we got to think about what would be weird to the lay person.
Well, so this probably goes back to when I was a young man, and I don't know if it's weird or not. It's really not that weird, but so my original version as a teenager of surf and turf, and I like to hunt and fish, was one day in my mom and dad's kitchen. I cooked some native brook trout alongside some squirrel. And I'm gonna tell you what, I don't know if anybody's ever cooked squirrel before or not. I cooked it in a frying pan and I skinned it, and it looks like a rat.
You know, squirrel seems to be the theme of the weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's probably a story in there that we're gonna have to get more info on.
Yeah, well, I've eaten squirrel a few times, although I've never cooked squirrel. So.
Yeah. But it looks like a rat.
It does. It's a rodent.
It is a rodent.
It is a rodent. Yeah. On my street, there are slow squirrels.
Yeah.
And they also have directional problems. And so if you'd like to cook more squirrel, you can just drive down my road and you can find them fresh.
Okay, so roadkill, fresh roadkill, just go to Melissa's.
Yes.
So, I don't know. I think I outgrew squirrel. Maybe I didn't cook it properly. I don't know.
I'm not a big fan of squirrel.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite beverage?
You know, probably, well, my favorite that I always have with me is water. I drink a lot of water, but that's not your answer. My favorite, I used to say I like good wine and cheap beer, and then when I opened my first barbecue restaurant, I did a beer tasting, and I fell in love with these fancier, hoppier beers. So I love beer a lot. But then down the road a piece, I was dove hunting one day, and anyway, someone poured me a bourbon. I said, I'm not really a spirits guy. I like beer and wine. They said, well, just try this. So they poured me a nice bourbon in the field, and I tasted that, and so I'm a big fan of bourbon.
I thought you were just an IPA guy. I didn't know this about you.
Yeah, I got a pretty healthy bourbon collection, but you're right. I like IPAs. Actually, I had a beer just the other day called Chunk, and you know what it tastes like?
What?
Ben and Jerry's Chunky Monkey.
Ice cream. It always comes back to ice cream with us. How does that happen? I don't understand this. All right. You can get Tuffy Stone's barbecue at thebarbecueallstars.com, shipped directly to your front door. So the goat here will ship you barbecue. You can get his ribs.
If you don't know how to spell it,
thebarbecueallstars.com. What better could be to give to your dad for Father's Day than Tuffy Stone's ribs? I don't know. That's what I'd give my dad. That's what my husband's getting. That's what everybody I know's getting. Because Tuffy Stone is the biggest, baddest barbecuer that I know, right?
I don't know about all of that. I mean, we're sitting here talking to a legend that gave me the best barbecue I've ever put in my mouth. But if y'all don't know this about Melissa, anybody that knows Melissa knows this. She never stops thinking. She never stops working. You're an amazing person that gets more done between 4 and 8 in the morning than most people get done in a day. But you called me with this idea, and you said, "Look, I want you to send me your recipes. I'm gonna make this food. I'm gonna send it to you, and you try it and tell me what you think." And the level of food that you're producing with our rubs and our sauces and our recipes with everybody that's involved with this is just unbelievable. And it's like I don't. You and I are probably similar. I don't like to eat barbecue that much. You know, you spend enough time around it. You're like, all right, give me a steak and a Caesar salad or something like that. But this barbecue is so good. It's like the product. Everybody's so busy. There's not enough hours in the day sometimes, and so you don't always have time to cook a shoulder or a brisket or a rack of ribs. And so to be able to have it sent to your front door and have it be as delicious as it is, it doesn't get any better or easier than that.
Spoken like a true Southern gentleman. All right, for this interview, I have a little something for you.
Excuse me.
To say thank you. Hold the mic.
Hold the mic. Look at this
It's
box.
Gucci. Little gift. It's a good luck gift for Memphis MA. The 2019 current world champion here at Memphis MA. This is for good luck for 2021. I have big hopes. This is my horse right here. Yeah, I put my money on him for this year. So,
The box, I can't, the box is so beautiful.
I think it just opens like that. It's
Oh, wow.
magnetic. Yeah.
It's a really pretty box. Oh, the paper.
It's just butcher paper. It's
All right. Y'all want to know the name of my dog?
I already know the name of your dog.
So for those that don't know the name of my younger dog, who's a chocolate lab, who's wide
Gorgeous.
open, his name is Weller. And I have not had the full proof. This is a really special bottle of bourbon. You are amazing. This is a wheated bourbon. This is the same mash bill, which is a fancy term for recipe of bourbon, at Pappy Van Winkle. And this, I cannot wait to try, although I may not open it because I'm going to think of you, and it might just sit in my collection as a prized
I think we'll
possession.
probably be toasting tomorrow.
Hey, you know what? If we're toasting tomorrow, one of us is going to have had a really good day, or both of us is going to have a really good day. You and I have both been so blessed down here. So I think just someone's gonna get their feelings hurt tomorrow, and somebody's gonna have. I shouldn't say it that way. So, the cheer of when finals happens is like the most magical sound in the world, but it's really magical when they're at your booth. So I just, you and your family and your team, and I can smell it starting to smell good, right? What time did y'all put those on?
11.
11. So it's they're about 2 hours into the cook, starting to get that really delicious smell. How many times have you won whole hog?
5.
5 times. All right, now can I ask you a question?
Yes.
I want to know, I think I do know, but I want everybody to know, how did whole hog come to be?
Whole hog
for you?
for me.
Yeah.
Why did I start cooking whole hog?
Uh-huh.
I wanted to be the best at what was the most difficult.
Yep. How much do your hogs weigh?
208, 206, and 205.
And how many times have you cooked a hog by yourself?
Oh, I don't know, a lot.
It's like when you can cook a hog that's heavier than you are by yourself. You inspire me all the time. I think that our text and our phone calls and moments like this that I get to spend with you are, I'm really lucky, you know, and you inspire me to be a better person and to try harder. And I think that winning whole hog 5 times, cooking 200-pound hogs blows my mind. And what's so interesting to me is that's just something you only do once a year. And the other 364 days out of the year, you're doing stuff that's way more difficult and even harder than that. So you give me goals to aspire to.
He's so nice. He's so nice.
That's the truth.
Thank you so much for being with us. Go to thebarbecueallstars.com. Get some of Tuffy's barbecue. He's such a nice guy, right? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.